What's up, everybody? It's your boy DJ T. Louie from Disaster Beats. Right now, I'm going to be showing you a video on how to make a 2015 hit beat banger. 2015 is going to be a big year for rappers, artists, producers, musicians, everyone. Each year it just gets better and better, and 2015 is going to be a big year. So if you're not grinding and your shit don't stand out, you're going to be left in the dust. And the music industry, they look for a few things. They look for a few aspects when they're getting these beats. These famous rappers look for these aspects, and it's really good to know what they look for and just have a general idea. So that's what this video is going to be about. Now, this is a hit beat. Now, I'm not saying I make the best beats or I have beats better than someone else. I'm just simply saying that this is a hit beat. I spoke with my manager, Sarah J. She's a producer's manager for a lot of people, and if you're not fucking with her, you gotta get with her. You can follow her on her Twitter at SJ Manager, and she's really great. She gives really good tips and advice, and really, she said that for 2015 you have to really focus it on branding yourself. Now, branding yourself, that means taking what you're really good at and just making it known, becoming an expert at it. You know, I'm saying that I make hit beats. Every beat that I make, it bangs and it's a hit. And that's kind of what you have to do. You got to focus on branding yourself. So this video is just gonna be telling you about how I made a hit beat, what to look for. Also, it's gonna be telling you what the big dogs, you know, what they want in the industry, and I'm gonna be giving tips to up and coming producers, you know, because there's tips that I had to learn that I've been questioning for years, and it's been right there the whole time. So I'm gonna be giving some tips for up and coming producers as well. So this is what the beat sound like. It's not mixed or anything. Well, it is mixed, but I got the mixer tracks turned off to kind of give y'all a little bit of advice on what to do. So this is what it sound like. But yeah, that's what the beat sound like, just the gist of it. Like I said, it's not mixed or anything. It's just a rough copy. So to break down the sounds, and sorry for the popping and the cracking. I got this new Screen-O-Matic. That's what I'm using to screen record here, and it's causing a lot of stress on my CPU. So I do apologize for that. But to kind of get into the sounds, you know, each one of these sounds, I use this plugin called Sylenth 2. It's a really dope plugin. If you don't got it, you really need to go check it out and think about getting it. It saves a lot of stress on your CPU. It's not that big. And then also, you can go to, there's a few websites that I like to go to. I go to loopmasters.com and producersloop.com. Those two have really good presets for this type of plugin, because with the music industry nowadays, you have to have that next best sound. You got to have a sound that's new, not something that somebody else has already used, because when rappers are listening to these beats that we send them, if that beat sound like the same sound that Wiz Khalifa killed, or Jay-Z, or Meek Mill, that rapper's not gonna want that beat, because somebody else has already made a hit song with that sound, so they're not gonna want that same sound. So it's really good to get new presets and switch up your sound a little bit, edit the sound, because that's what really makes it stand out. So with Sylenth, this is some of the sounds right here. I got And now another thing is when you're making beats, okay, when you have a keyboard, there's only so many notes that's on a keyboard. You have C through C. You got C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So when you're making beats and by some random chance your shit sound like something that's already out there, like this right here, it sound like that soap opera stuff, you know, your granny used to watch. That's what this sounds like a little bit. But it wasn't my intention to go over there and be like, okay, I know what the soap opera melody sound like. I'm gonna try to make that sound like that. No, nigga. When I made this beat, I was putting together some keys and that fit through how this song was going, and it helped the vibe. So when you're making beats, don't feel discouraged or ashamed that your sound might sound like something else that's already out there. Just switch it up and add some stuff to it to make it stand out. And that's kind of what will make that beat go to the top. And another thing, I got another sound right here. And like I said, I use nothing but silence. I got some good presets that I have purchased from Loop Masters. I really like Loop Masters a lot. And now another thing, whenever you're making your sounds, make sure you have the levels, kind of the volume changing. Don't make it just one consistent volume throughout the sound. Make it sound realistic. Switch up the volume. I also like this sound too. Now, on my snares, it's really good to layer snares. I got two snares on top of each other. I got one that's in the mids, and I got one that's a higher snare. And those two together just gives it that extra slap. Now, when it comes to the 808, it's really good to put an 808 on top of a hard kick, okay? Because it makes it knock, and that's what you want. If you're making a rap beat or a banger, whatever, you want it to knock. And it's really good. It's recommended to put an 808 on top of a hard kick. So that's one of another things. And let's see here. And another thing with the cymbals, like the hi-hats, it's always good when you chop it up to kind of make the volume go up like that. It adds that extraness, and it's good to pan it. So make sure you pan your hi-hats as well through the left and right speakers. And like I said, silence is just fucking amazing. I got this FX right here. Really good FX. All right, so when it comes down to mastering, and that's pretty much the mixing. Okay. This is a whole nother aspect, okay? Because whenever you mix and master, it's a big argument whether you should master the beat or what you should do. Well, it's good, okay, to master it to a certain level. Don't overmaster it, you know, like if you're trying to make this a song that's going to be on the radio, or if you're mastering with some vocals, you want to master it to the fullest. But with a beat, you just want to get it to that right level so that it sounds really good. So this is how I mix and master. I learned this from watching tons of videos, and this is the best way, the really the best way. What you want to do is you want to turn your master down to 50%. Okay, once you get it to 50%, you want to go to your audio box or whatever your studio monitors are hooked up to, and you want to turn the volume to a standard level, to a normal level, not too loud and not too low, just to where you can hear each one of the sounds. Because what you're gonna do is once you have that master volume to 50%, you're going to go through each one of your tracks and you're going to mix them. And you're going to get it to the right level. You're not going to over mix it. You're just going to mix it to that you can hear every sound, each individual sound played at once. So when you go to your course, you can hear each one of the sounds. And that's all you're going to do. You're going to have it at 50%. And mix all your sounds so that you can hear them. You don't want them too loud. You want it just so that you can hear each individual sound, okay? You know how to EQ everything. So what I did is I had my mixer track turned off. Well, all my mixer sounds turned off so that I could show y'all how the beat sounded by itself without the mixer. So let me turn everything back on. And once I get everything turned back on, and this is all you're gonna be doing. You're gonna be mixing. You're gonna be mixing each one of these sounds while it's at 50%. Because I've always wondered, you know, how these when I upload my beats to YouTube or different websites or whatever, and I hear other producers' beats, I'm like, how do you get your stuff to sound so good? Like, why doesn't mine sound like that? I mix it and I do different things, but it still don't have that hard knocking kick, or you still can't hear every individual sound. So I promise this is one of the best techniques that you can use when it comes down to mixing and mastering your beats. And this is just one of those secrets that a lot of people don't tell, or nobody's done a video over it. So I really want to help everyone out, because I mean, I had to learn, and it's not fun having to go out there and dig through research learning. So once you get all your mixer sounds to the right level, everything sounds pretty good, you can hear everything, you're gonna then turn your master volume to 100%. Okay, you're just gonna bring it up, and you can just right click and then click reset and bring it to 100%. Once you get it to 100%, then you're gonna play your song and just hear the dramatic difference. Now, you're still gonna need to go in there. Now, once you get it on 100%, some of the sounds you're still gonna want to go into the mixer and kind of edit some of the levels, because some of the sounds might still be a little too loud, or some might still be a little too low. It's all about your ear and what you're listening to. So make sure you get it at the right level. Now with your sounds, each sound you want to make sure like the leads and different things, you want to pan those to the left and right speakers, because what you're doing is giving room for the rapper to put vocals in the middle. So you don't want everything in the middle. You want to pan your sounds to the left and right speakers. And once you get those panned, you want to have your 808s and your drums in the center. Once you have everything panned and you have everything good in your mixer, then you're going to go to your master channel. Now, what I like to use, and one of the best things to do, is use Maximus on your mastering channel. Now, I have this preset that I have already pre-made from watching tons of other videos and learning how to master just right. And I have this preset. It's called Mastering Rap Beats. And what I'm going to do is anyone who's interested or would like this preset, all you got to do is just email me at disasterbeats@gmail.com, and I'll put it up there. I'll send it to you. And if I get a lot of requests for it, then I'll just put a link in the description of the video, and you can just download it there. But it's really good. And once you get this, all you got to do is just use it, and you're just going to tweak it a little bit. Okay, you're going to fit that preset to match your beat. I already have everything laid out. You're just going to pretty much tweak a few things, like if your lows is a little bit more, for instance, like you're going to want to solo each one of your lows, your mids, and your highs, and you're going to want to make sure that it's in the right level. And you might want to pull the compressor down a little bit. And like I said, I have everything already set up, because on your lows you want to have the compression on. Your mid, you want to have the compression on. You want to make sure it's in the middle part. You want to get rid of your highs a little bit. And now on your highs, you want to have your compression turned off. And you want to make sure you hear nothing but the highs. And you want to tweak a few things, like if you want to turn your post down a little bit more in the mids, so that gives the rapper more room. Also, with the lows, I have it separated all the way to the right. I have it all the way that way. With the mids, I have it all the way that way. And with the highs, it's in the middle, because you want to open up everything. Is basically you're opening up both legs of a female and you're letting the rapper right off in the middle, and that's what you're doing, and that right there is what will make that beat go to the top. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, if you want this preset, just email me at disasterbeats@gmail.com, and if I get a lot of requests, then I'll put a link in the description. And that's basically it. Now, once you get your beat finally mixed and mastered, what you're going to do is you're going to want to test your song on your speakers. This is the final test to make sure that your beats sound just right. You want to play it out of your laptop speakers or a cell phone, just some really kind of cheap speakers, not something really, really good. And if you can hear the kick, all the individual sounds, you got a good beat. Once you can hear every little individual sounds through your laptop speakers or cell phone, that means you got a good beat. And I'm simply just gonna test this beat out. And also on my next video, I want everyone to stay tuned, because what I'm gonna be doing is showing up and coming producers how to protect your beats for 2015. There's a lot of thieves out there. Whenever you upload your beat to YouTube or SoundCloud or whatever, there's so many tools and programs and plugins that can simply steal your beat, and they can download it and they can rap to it, make a song, and you wouldn't even know about it. So it's really good to protect what you invest in. You take your hard-earned time to make beats. Why make a beat and don't even get, compensated? It ain't even about money, but it's really about respect. If I make a beat and you use it, give me producer credits, but nowadays a lot of people don't do that. So it's really best to protect yourself. So stay tuned for my next video. It's gonna be how to protect your beats and how to tag it. It's gonna be really good for up and coming producers, so stay tuned for that. And let's check out my beat. So we all just heard the beat. I could hear the kicks and all the sounds, and it sounded good. But I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all couldn't. So listen to your own beats whenever you export it and you hear it out of your laptop speakers. Listen for the kicks, and if you can hear all the sounds, and if you do, you got a good beat. Also, you did hear how I tagged my beat. Stay tuned for my next video on how to properly tag your beats for 2015. It's going to be a big year, so protect your investment. Protect what you create. This is your product, so protect it. You want a lot of people to hear your beats, but you don't want a lot of people stealing your beats, because when you put it out there, it's there to be stolen. So if you put it out there, let them steal the shit with the tag. I mean, they can't rap over it, and if they do rap over your tags, talking about buy this beat today, they whack as fuck. So, I mean, just stay tuned on how to protect your investment. Rappers, it's good to work with y'all, but I mean, it's not good when y'all just steal our stuff. I mean, we take time, and I mean, y'all want us to send y'all beats, but I mean, when y'all steal it and start rapping over it, it's not cool. We deserve credit. We want respect just like y'all. So everyone stay tuned for my new video on how to tag your beats for 2015. Thank y'all for watching. Subscribe, comment below if you have any questions. Thanks. Disaster Beats.